Actually in the active duty U.S. military. I'm in the United States Coast Guard, and I have been since I was 18 years old. Straight out of high school, I joined, went to boot camp, and moved out. So before I even start the whole video, I want to say any of my content is not affiliated with the military or the Coast Guard. And I'll explain why I didn't really come out public and really share my experiences with it. The reason why I don't really publicize me being in the military, what I do day to day, I wanted to build my social media based off of me, not me being in the military or my job. You know, I wanted you guys to like me for me. I wanted you to like me for bodybuilding, for fashion, for travel, not because I was in the military. I feel like there is a lot of different opinions on the military, good and bad, and I didn't want to influence who I am and your opinion based on that. I feel like I've definitely built my platform to where you guys know me, to where I can come out with this and, you know, just share some more about who I am and the things in my past that have made me, because experiences are everything. And don't even know where to start, but that's the reason why I moved to Virginia. I was bald, I was skinny. That's the reason why I've had so many setbacks in my life. That's the reason for so many things that's happened in my life. That's the reason why I have my house that I bought here at 19. That's how I was able to, because I'm in the military and I work every single day. To give you guys more insight on how I actually built my platform, all while doing this in the military, working a full-time Monday through Friday job, even sometimes more than Monday through Friday. People in the military, you know, we have duty, we have other extracurricular activities that require us to do extra work. And I don't know, I just really wanted to relate to military people as well, because I feel like the fitness space with the military is actually really huge, and I wanted to be an influence for them, to show them that, you know, hey, like, it's fucking possible to work your ass off and get sponsored by Gymshark, be an athlete for Raw Nutrition and, you know, Revive. And there's just sponsorships that I have that people think that I do social media full time. Like, no, I don't. I'm just like you, literally. So yeah, but I guess my story starts when I was 18. I went to boot camp in New Jersey. I'm from Southern California, so I left home first time in the East Coast. I'll throw up pictures throughout this whole video just so you guys can kind of see a timeline. But it did that. Boot camp sucked. I would love to go into depth on it one time. But boot camp is boot camp. If you're in the military, I mean, boot camp sucks. Coast Guard is actually harder than the rest, I would say, though, other than Marines. And I'm pretty sure people can vouch for that. If you didn't even know what the Coast Guard does, we save lives. We don't take lives. So I went to my first station, and it was called a surf station. Basically, I did search and rescue. So I was on small boats, and I just saved people. Sailors mostly, people's boats who would capsize, who needed tows out in sea. So basically, I was a sailor. I would basically spend hours a day at sea. I have crazy stories out at sea, just in the middle of nowhere, navigating in the fog, searching for dead bodies, going off of flares in the sky, things like that. Being in surf, I'll throw up a video of what surf is. So I did that for 18 to 19, about to turn 20 years old. I was up in Northern California in a place called Humboldt. It's near the Oregon border. So I did that for a little bit. And this whole time I worked out and I tried to do fitness, but I failed just simply because military takes up so much of your time, especially doing search and rescue. There's just so much sacrifices you have to make. I was working a ton, and I just simply did not have the energy, because I was out at sea for, 4 to 10 hours a day sometimes, and it just drains your body. So I would not want to, train. I would still try to eat, but even then, like, sometimes you simply cannot get meals in. It's prioritizing work and people, saving people over anything. I'd get like search and rescue calls at like 2 a.m., have to wake up, be out at sea until 10, and then still have to complete my work day. So that definitely affected me a lot. And although I liked it, that's why I joined the Coast Guard, to save people, to do the real military thing. I realized that I wanted to pursue things outside the Coast Guard. I only did the military because I wanted to travel, I wanted experience, and I wanted stability. And I feel like I had that. So from there, I left, I switched my job. I went to school in San Francisco for 2 months, and then I moved to Virginia. So now I do all financial for the Coast Guard. I do admin and personnel. If you're military, I'm a yeoman, but I'm the best damn yeoman you've ever seen in your life. So I do financial, I do all of pay, basically I'm like a financial guy, simply said. So now I work in an office 7 to 3, but I would honestly say it's more stressing than my search and rescue. I'm very busy, I don't know, I'm always working. So that's what I do now, which allows me to I've done my two bodybuilding competitions now. And so like it allows me I meal prep 2 meals every single day. So therefore I eat in the office. And that's what allows me to do what I do now. It still has its sacrifices here and there, but for the most part, it is chill enough to where I can accomplish my dreams now. And that's always what I envisioned. I envisioned doing bodybuilding on top of a job, and finding a job that allows me to do so. So while I love my job, I love bodybuilding more, to be honest. So, yeah. So, I mean, I could go into much more depth on some of my stories out at sea, or just, military stories. If you're in the military, we have a ton. But feel free to ask me any other questions. I would love to answer. I've never deployed. Coast Guard doesn't deploy unless you really ask to. I've never been on a cutter, being on a big boat, going out to sea for months and months. I was at a search and rescue small boat station. And yeah, I will be getting out in about 8 months or so. So I figured now's the time to announce and kind of utilize the time I'm in, instead of announcing when I'm out, hey, yeah, I was actually in this whole time. And yeah, I don't know. There's really not too much to say. I just wanted to come and inform you guys and just show you my journey. Yeah, so thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this little, it's pretty small talk. I don't know, enjoyed this little part of my journey, and there will be more on it, I guess. I'm planning on, trying to be, at least for the time that I'm in, being a little, military content, of being, how to do this on the military, how to be a fitness content creator on the military, things like that, and maybe I can help you some of you guys out. So, yeah. In addition, if you go on my website, there's a military discount for you guys. So, DM me. I'm always going to support my military, especially whenever I create my brand and whenever I create, get higher and higher. I always remember the military. I want to be one of those military fitness brands. Not heavy, but yeah. So that is me, and thank you for watching.